how's it going? This is Charity from Scrapfaire Knits. This is my yarny podcast in my own part of the world here. I am currently living in Northern Virginia, just a few miles south of Washington, D.C. And that's all I gotta say about it. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Scrapfaire, as in ye olde fair, and scrap as in, scraps, thread, paper, fabric, whatever. Whatever applies, you'll pretty much find it's all applicable to me. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for anyone who has decided to check me out. I appreciate it. I hope there's some stuff here that's fun and will interest you. And if you're returning, then super welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. I do have a finished object, and that is my May Desert Vista Dyework socks. These are, they're not vanilla because they have a 6x1 rib on the front, but it's not really, the actual sock's not a pattern, but this heel is the new Lolo Short Row Socks heel pattern by Lauren Slagle of Lolo Did It fame. She's got this new sock pattern out, and I used the heel for the heel of these socks, and I really like it. I think my heel looks nice. I did do color management on my own to make the striping sequence work out, and you can see the socks do not perfectly match. They are on Desert Vista Dyeworks yarn in her sparkle base. I think you can probably see the sparkle. This might be my favorite base of hers. It's super soft, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed working with it. I've only knit a pair of shorty socks in sparkle before for myself, so these are actually for my husband. Purple is his favorite color, and this is the Janice colorway. I probably just said that a dozen times, sorry. But these fit him, and now that I have shown them on the podcast, he can wear them. So, yay! More socks for Philly. That's my only finished object this time. I have some works in progress housed in my Fat Squirrel, I think they're called Bee Skips bag. I'm mini purling it with my Fat Squirrel tags. I am making a vivid blanket. My boss is adopting a baby. He is in Texas right now. She should be born on my birthday, which is May 25th, which is next Sunday. Today is Sunday, May the, does that mean it's the 20th or the 19th? Oh, I think today's the 19th. I'm a terrible person because I don't know, but I'm not at work today, so that's why I don't know. Anyway, so it's Sunday, May 19th or 20th, 2018. I'm working on a vivid blanket in pink, gray, and cream. So these are the three colors. I have 5 squares so far. I believe it's going to be 16 squares total. But I have two pinks, 2 grays, and 1 cream so far. I just did the cream one today. I do like it. I think it looks really impressive. Y'all, this blanket is super easy. That square is really easy. I did find after 4 of them, I was getting a little bored, and I needed something else to work on because I finished my socks. All I had to work on was the blanket. But it gets a little boring. So I started a hat. This is the Hemispheres Hat, and I don't remember the designer, but it's a double knit hat, yo. I thought it was just a color work, like a stranded hat, but it's not. It's a full-on double knit hat, and the blue that I'm using I got in a fiber share box, and I believe I got it from Ruth Buchanan. That's her name on Instagram. There's the blue. This is Northern Yarn, and it's a DK. It's 75% Pole Dorset and 25% BFL, Blue Face Leicester. There's 269 yards here, and this is pure wool. It is not superwash. Here is the tag. This wool has been grown by sheep in the Lancastrian countryside. northernyarn.co.uk if you're interested. This is lovely to work with. It's a little sheepy. The color is beautiful. And the Hemispheres hat is basically a globe. So I have some white, which is, this is Scrapfaire yarn, and it's just some wool acrylic blend. It's a, I think it's supposed to be a DK as well. It's either DK or worsted. It's kind of thin, but it's the only non-cotton, fatter weight yarn. I think I have some bare fingering weight yarn, and then this is for my land mat. Oh, that looks terrible, you guys. I'm sorry. I have a messy cake. This is a worsted weight yarn in the Kermit colorway, and it is by Kim Dye's Yarn. I have this particular yarn in 2 weights, and it's all balled up because I like it and I wanna knit with it. It's Kim Dye's Yarn. This is her label. This is her cannoli worsted. Kim Dye's Yarn. She is local to me, and she dyes beautiful yarn. I love to go pick up more of it when she's nearby. But I haven't knit with it. I've given, oh no, I have knit with it. I knit a pair of socks out of one of her fingering weight bases a while back for Phil. I really want to fix this yarn barfy section on the outside. I'll probably cut some, oh, there's some barf on the inside too. I have the Knit Picks ball winder. It works. It's not great, and you have to kind of be patient with it, but you get what you pay for, guys. And it was definitely my budget. I needed a ball winder, so one day I will upgrade, but it works fine. Anyway, this hat, I've never double knit anything before. So right now I'm working on the South Pole, and then when I get up to Africa, I'll switch out and do the green. But this double knitting is not really hard. If you know how to knit, there's no reason you can't double knit. I looked up a quick tutorial. I would say this hat's a great beginner project because you don't have to do, the ribbing is not called to be in double knitting. And then right at the bottom, this one's not going to be totally reversible because I did a couple of rounds. You had to put in, you had to do make ones all the way around, and where it was right here and I'd started the white down here, you could kind of see little holy places. So I kind of tinked back and restarted, and I think it looks great now. I'm guessing when I block it out, it'll look a little bit better, but this wool yarn, it's really nice. I'm actually knitting this hat as a gift for a good friend of mine, because when I asked him last year what he would like knitted for him, he said a map, and I found this globe hat, and I thought it was perfect, and I might knit two. I might knit my husband one, or myself. I might just knit one to have at my house, and whoever's here wants to wear it can wear it, because it's pretty cool. This is my one set of signature needles. They're size 6, and I really, really like using them with the woolly wool. That's a little progress keeper that I bought from Lolo Did It back when her husband made some progress keepers for the shop. It's a cute little owl, and I really love using him. It's not really a progress keeper though. It is a bona fide stitch marker. I like to use him for the beginning of rounds, and then I have some little hexagon shaped stitch markers. You're supposed to mark off every 20 rows, and it's really nice to have them marked because there's a chart, and I believe at least one other person just used the chart for a stranded knitting chart, and they got the look of the hat that they wanted. But anyway, so there's a chart, and basically 2 stitches is 1 stitch, and so you put them every 20 rows, and then I use that to cheater count to 10s when I'm looking at the chart. So if that doesn't make sense, I'm happy to clarify that for you. But really, I just started knitting, and I read the directions, and I was like, oh, well, if that's all double knitting is, then surely I can do that. And yes, I can, because it looks really good, except for these little pearl bumps from where I did some extra rounds. It looks perfectly blue on this side, and there's a couple of blips of white. Like there's a little blip of white where there's a, ew, I should have done more before I showed it to you, but I was really excited that I could even do it. Also note, if you're going to do double knitting, it's going to take you twice as long to knit around as you would normally think, because you're knitting 2 pieces of fabric. And also, I know that I don't know the name of the pattern, but I know there is a sock pattern where basically you double knit and knit both socks at the same time. I want to try that now, because you also just use one needle. How cool is that? So that's the second item, and I just started working on it yesterday, like I said, because I'd finished my socks and I was tired of knitting blanket squares, and I was like, I'll just do a quick hat. That's not a quick hat, but it's okay. And then I went to a movie today, so I did some more knitting on my tube scarf out of Fiber Nymph Dye Works in the That's Not Even a Word colorway. And I only have about this much more to go. I think I have this much more yarn. It's not really going to be quite as long as I wanted it, so I may have to order another skein of the Traveler base, but let's see. And I did drop some stitches early on at the movie. I went to see Ready Player One, and all I'm going to say is my husband had not read the book and just went to the movie, and he liked the movie more than I did. I loved the book. I thought it was amazing. So there you go. I also started another project this weekend while I was at home. I've been really getting the itch to sew, and I'm fascinated by quilts. So I bought, I think in December, I can't remember if it was December, it's the last quarter of the year. I bought a class. It's a Craftsy class, and it's for a quilted Christmas tree skirt. And so you make it with a jelly roll, and I don't have the name of this fabric, but I'll take a picture of the tag and put it in for you. But I went ahead and sewed my strips together. So there's the set of, you're supposed to have like a light set and a dark set, but I have like pink, teal, and black, and then all the greens. But I thought this fabric was really fun, and so I'm going to go ahead when I finish recording, and I'm going to go cut my triangles out and do whatever the next step is. I bought the jelly roll from fabric.com. I think it was on sale when I bought it, but super cute fabric. I like all those colors to go under my Christmas tree. And I actually purchased a quilt kit from Craftsy because my boss is having a baby, and he's like the sweetest human being ever. So, well, he's adopting a baby. He's like the sweetest human being ever, and I bought a set of fabrics and stuff to make a quilt as well. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know how it turns out, but I've always been fascinated by quilting. I have a quilt on my bed. I'm looking at it right now. It's a Laura Ashley fabric. It's a Laura Ashley quilt, and it's these beautiful pink roses. It's been in pictures on my Instagram before. Super feminine and girly, and I like it. But I would love, I don't know if you follow Desert Vista Dye Works on Instagram. When she is not showing pictures of self-strapping yarn, she is quilting like a crazy person, and she makes the most beautiful quilts. She uses beautiful bright fabrics. Erica from the Scrappy Thread and her leftover quilting fabric bags. Oh, I really, really enjoy quilted fabrics and quilts, so why not give it a try, right? I've got a machine, I've got hands, I've got fabric, and I've got some time, so I'm working on that. The only thing I'm really looking forward to as far as events, there's going to be a Frederick Fiber Festival coming up here soon in Frederick, Maryland. I'm planning to go by there. It's also in conjunction with the Mother Earth Festival, Mother Earth News Festival. So I think my husband and I are going to go to it. It's in June. So we're probably going to go to that. He doesn't normally go with me to fiber festivals. He's been to Shenandoah Valley. He went there with me last year because we went to a Harry Potter thing that morning, and then on the way back the fiber festival was still going on. There was just a couple things I really wanted to run and pick up. So we did that, and that was great. So maybe we'll be going to this one together. I have sweater quantity that I wish I had already started. It's all set up to go in this bag by Mrs. Brown's Bags. I went completely blank. This fabric is Lolo Did It in the Breakfast Club colorway, and that's what I have in this bag, you guys. This is the colorway that makes up the pearl fabric of that bag. I love it. And I also have blue suede shoes in here on the low original base. This is supposed to be for my Timely cardigan. You guys, if you have not tried the low original base, what are you waiting for? It is so soft and so squishy. So I want to knit everything. And I have this baby blanket that's kind of a commitment, so it's kind of waiting. But I could go ahead and get this started, because, you know, when you start a sweater, it's all fast and fun, and you just knit, 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 knit. And I have a Simply Serving HK. This is her original Mandrake charm. It's a Progress Keeper. I love her Progress Keepers, you guys. Lindsay at Simply Serving. They're so durable. Like, I've had one that I bought from a different company, and it came apart, and it made me really, really sad, because it literally just disintegrated, and I don't know how. Like, I don't think I'm particularly rough with my bags. My hands, yes, I'm super rough with my hands and my fingers, and nail polish usually chips within 24 hours. So that's not new, but I don't know what I did to this charm. It was my favorite one at the time, and sadly, it is no more. But I've entered my socks in a whole bunch of cows because it's applicable. And then Fiber Nymph right now is doing a name your own cow. Like, if you make something that can be entered in another cow, then you can enter it in her May cow. So that's a lot of fun. And I don't know if you saw, Lolo Did It, Lauren, is going to do the sweater in 4 days cow. And I can't remember. I think Olive Knits is the designer who's doing that. I bought the pattern because I'm a joiner, basically. And sadly, I think it calls for DK weight. And these are all fingering weight sweater quantities, so I don't think I have a DK weight. So I'll have to have a sport weight sweater quantity in another room. So maybe I'll get that and use that, because it's a beekeeper sweater, and the sweater quantity I have is the yellow. So we'll see. We shall see. What are you working on? Are you joining any cows? Are you fast and furious on socks or sweaters? Is anyone doing the summer garment knit along with Joanna of, I was going to say Opera Joe Knits, but it's not. It's Stitching the High Notes. Also, she's cross stitching and makes me want to cross stitch. I don't even know how to cross stitch. Where do I go to learn? You think YouTube can teach me that? I'm pretty sure it can. Anyway, tell me what kind of crafty shenanigans you are up to. Let me know what you think about my projects, and you know, let me know what's up. I would love to hear from you. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. All the show notes can be found in the Scrapfaire Knits podcast group on Ravelry, and if you'd prefer, why don't you let me know if you'd rather have them in the down bar. I refer everyone to the Ravelry group, but we're kind of a quiet bunch over there, so let me know if you'd prefer them in the down bar, because I know people are watching, and I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great knitty day.